lovely viewers. Once again, welcome to Relationship Matters, and it's your host, Beauty Agama. In Relationship Matters, we are going to discuss about temperament. As you all know, everybody's having temperament in his or her gene. We are going to learn how to control our temperament or manage our temperament. So let's go for a quick commercial. When we are back, we will dive more into it. Welcome back to Relationship Matters, and I have here with me Mr. Jackson Sairam Abatri, who is popularly known as Mr. Love. He is the CEO for Total Wellness and Recovery Consult. So he's going to teach us more about temperament. Mr. Love, you welcome to Relationship Matters.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Love, we would like to know what temperament means.
It's a beautiful topic to be discussed because knowing your temperaments and understanding what temperaments are has a lot to do to individuals, and it has a lot of influence on our lives on a daily basis. If you're talking about temperaments, we are basically talking about genetic codings. Okay, individual genetic codings that have actually that are within, that we are all born with. These codings makes us individuals, right? So to understand temperament very well, there are two other words that we would like to use, or we would add together to make it a lot more understanding. That is character and then personality, right? So temperaments, while temperaments are just the genetic codings of individual traits, of behavioral traits that we have within. Now, character is actually talking about these temperaments and the kind of nurturing that we receive. Okay, so character is talking about the temperament, which is the genetic codings, the individual behavioral codings that we have within, and then the nurturing that we receive. Our character actually is the real person that we are, okay, based on how you were trained, what your parents have taught you, what you were taught in school, the religion that you belong to, what society has taught you. That's what builds your character. Now the next one is personality. So we are talking about personality. Personality is usually what we present to the world. There's a word I like to use, that's a facade. So let me say the fake you is the personality. Alright. So a lot of people, and in a lot of situations, we present our personalities, but our real character is within, especially in the first time expression or a first time encounter with people. So you, if you're watching me, you can tell me that when you go to church, when you go to the mosque, when you go to the market, you are a different person in church. You present yourself in a very different way. And when you go to the workplace, you are a different person. You present yourself a lot more different. When you are on the streets looking for taxi, you are a different person. When you go to the party, you present yourself differently, especially if that's your first time. And if you are with boys or girls, and it's all you alone, you're a different person. Okay? Take a critical look at one. When if you belong to any old school page, you realize that even those who are bank managers, those who are pastors, now they still behave like what?
Students.
SS students,
yeah,
on the page.
Yeah.
Alright, that is real you. But when they get on pulpit, they're different people.
Yeah.
So that is the facade, that's the personality. So character, personality, and temperament, these are they blend together, and that's what makes an individual.
Let's compare this to you on platform with your colleagues way back in school. Like let's say SS, your mates in SS, and comparing yourself as you're in the senior nurse. Your behavior as a senior nurse is different from when you meet your colleagues, how you behave with them. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So as the CEO of Total Wellness and Recovery Consult, when I am before my clients or when somebody comes to see me as a client, even the first time, the way the way I present myself to the person at the first time is definitely going to be different from the way I meet the person consequently, because in a way, after a while, some bonding has taken place and some rapport has been built. Now, the way I used to be in SS, I'm no longer that way.
Yeah.
But again, when I meet my old time friends, we remember old times and then we talk. When I'm in church, there is a way I present myself. Do you understand? Yes, the pious, holy, kind looking. Yes, you present yourself in such ways. But again, what plays in on my side, I have what we call awareness, and I'm conscious of these things. So again, I can be consistent. I can be consistent in my presentation of personality. Do you understand? But a lot of people who are not consistent, people who do not understand and do not really know even the differences, they just do it without knowing. That is what it is. Okay, they do it without knowing.
Okay, so like
Yeah.
one who asks we would like to know the types of temperaments. Types of temperaments.
Okay, so temperament was developed long time ago. Okay, and then there are just four basic types that were identified. All right, four basic types that were identified. We are talking about the sanguine, we are talking about the choleric, we are talking about the melancholic, and then the phlegmatics. There's a long history attached to how these names came about, which I don't want to bore our viewers with. We leave that one to the let me say educational fanatics. Okay, all right. So these they are just, let me say, assertions. They are just names given to a bunch of characters and behaviors put together. Okay. Now, a sanguine personality, mostly they are this fun-loving kind of people, very happy-going, all over the place, happy-go everywhere persons. These people are most of the time the life of parties. When it's party time, they are all over the place and they're the life of the party. Wherever they get to, everybody must know they are around. And when the place is boring and they arrive, everybody must become happy. And you see everybody becoming happy because they know what to say. They know the kind of jokes to crack. They know what to punch. And these are the people, immediately they arrive, you see that the atmosphere changes. They are very charismatic in a way. Okay, these are basically the features of a sanguine. And then looking at some other aspects of them, they are very clumsy, not very focused, because they can start something right now before you realize they stop. Because a sanguine, when he meets you right now, you are his world. He is looking at you. You are the one that matters most. In fact, you will feel so much welcomed by a sanguine. But you know the interesting thing? Well, you can be there and then another friend will just be passing. And when it turns towards that friend, he has forgotten about you. He creates the same atmosphere for the other friend too. So you're forgotten all of a sudden. So they're not really focused on doing tasks and on doing things. So a sanguine driving you, you should be scared. If a
My gas accident.
Oh yes. If a sanguine is driving you, you should be scared. Why should you be scared? Because a sanguine is driving at top speed. And then you know what he's looking at? He's looking at the tail light of the other person. He's just trying to bypass the other person for no other reason. For the sheer fun of it, he's just driving. Alright? And then he could speed and speed and speed and speed, and then before I realize he gets bored, okay, just let him go, and then he goes. But if it becomes challenging, he's just on challenging.
Going. Just going.
He must win. Okay, and these are very colorful people. They I don't know. We at times we say somebody who dresses in schizophrenic colors. They are very colorful. Everywhere they wear bright things to show off. The show off kind of people. That's who they are. All right. And then let's look at a choleric. Cholerics, most of the time, they are the leader kind of people. All right. Cholerics are mostly the leader kind of people. They are the doers. These are mostly responsible people, very organized kind of people, and then they are they are practical in everything they want to do. These people are very strict. They want things done the right way. They don't want people to be cheated. They don't like to be cheated. They will fight for people, and then they don't like to be under people. They want to be at the helm of affairs. Okay, whenever they get into a situation or an area, they are mostly finding faults and trying to solve problems. These are the kind of people that cholerics are. So they are. That's why we call them the leaders, the doers. They are very creative. They get into an organization, they get into an environment, and then they see whatever that is going on already. They've seen all the problems and they are ready to fix the problems. But most of the time, their approach to fixing problems is Kwame Nkrumah kind of way. Independence now. All right. So they're like, okay, let's do it. Let's get it done. And interestingly, they don't have what's the plan? What's the plan? And they're like, let's start doing it. Immediately we start doing it, we'll know where we are going to. We will surely finish it. And they don't really have a plan, but they're just pushing to get it fixed.